Let's get on with the auction today.
235, 240.
Every year, tens of thousands of properties are sold at auction.
Meredith's bidder, well done.
From modest 2 up, 2 downs to waterfront mansions.
We just spent over £500,000. We weren't really thinking that we were going to do that.
More and more first-time buyers are seeing it as their golden ticket onto the property ladder. But these quick buys are often far from perfect, hiding some nasty surprises.
You haven't been in? No, not yet.
Hey, let's go in. I'm Sarah Beeny and I've been buying, building and transforming homes for 35 years. And I'm fascinated by the world of auctions. In this series, I'll be offering a dose of realism.
We've got all these lovely flamey ideas and I'm pouring water on like that.
As brave new owners take their homes from derelict to diamond.
I will be moving in at the end of this month. What I'll be moving into, of course, remains to be seen.
And we'll go behind the scenes of some of the country's biggest auction houses.
Something is there that's attracted so many people.
Discovering whether property auctions are a risk too far.
You coming up?
No.
Or a great way to get the home of your dreams.
I am really proud of myself. This is my first home.
This week, whether you're building your forever home
I said to Michelle, I'll do the magic and build the house of our dreams.
or looking to add value,
We just wanted to do a upper, and it seems that most of them are sold at auction.
taking on a fixer-upper at auction requires true grit. But remember, when the gavel comes down,
At 186. Meredith's bidder, well done.
there's no going back.
It's cosy.
Don't hit your head.
Yeah.
First, I'm heading to the South Downs National Park in Hampshire, to the village of Shirrell Heath. With buyers attracted to the scenic countryside, property is in high demand. A typical detached house with a sizable garden goes for around £600,000. The village is home to Horseshoe Cottage. Nestled in a third of an acre of garden, it has 3 bedrooms, 19 windows, and is in need of some serious attention. Seamstress Michelle and rifle maker Derek are the proud new owners.
Me and Derek met when we were at school. Didn't like him at school because he's a bit of a lad, but he kept pursuing me. You did.
And won
He
the
was
prize.
very persistent.
In the 45 years we've been together, this is now our 4th property that we've done up, and this is going to be probably our forever home. And as soon as we came in here, we both loved it, and I said to Michelle, do whatever you've got to do to get it, and you did.
I did. I was in a fortunate position. My dad gave me a bit of money, and I was looking to invest that money into property. And then I started looking at auctions.
New to property auctions, Michelle and Derek were looking for a fixer-upper.
So I just pulled these 3 properties off the auction catalogue, booked them up in one day. I said to Derek, right, I'm going to look at all these houses. Do you want to come? He said yes. We pulled up here and he went, I want this one.
I just knew I wanted it. I just loved it, and you loved it, and we said, we want it.
The location is down a little lane, and it's just so quiet, and it's just got a lovely feel, and it's so bright. So it's all of those things, but a lot of work. There is a lot of work to be done.
Having had the keys for 7 weeks, they've already made a start and are hoping to move in within the next 2 months, but aren't sure how to make the best use of the space.
So you saw this and fell in love with it. I'm not surprised because, to be honest, I've just seen this and I've fallen in love with it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm so pleased.
What was it guided at?
It was guided at
550.
550, but then it didn't sell at auction. So that we looked at it in between it not selling and going into the following month's auction. We actually came to a deal at 475.
Brilliant. So it didn't go to auction?
No.
Around a quarter of properties fail to sell under the hammer, giving buyers the chance to negotiate with the auction house. So if there's a listing outside your budget, do keep an eye on it.
So how much have you got to spend on it? I'm just trying to get my head around the finances.
We have allowed ourselves 45,000 we've kept back
Yes.
to do this up.
All of that?
Yeah, all of that.
Gosh.
Yeah. Oh, yes, gosh.
We're doing a lot of it ourselves.
You'll need to.
Yes. The biggest expense at the moment are the windows. I think we've been quoted £12,000 for all the windows.
The mix of the windows that are already here got everything that's gone through the eras, really.
But actually, it's all about the detailing. It's all about the glazing bars. Big, fat glazing bars. They're quite ugly. Do you have a vision for all of it, this?
We just want you to have a look round and we want you to tell us what you think.
OK, perfect. Such a lovely garden. So you've got the back garden and the front garden. It's sort of like double garden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So have you got any plans out here?
We're thinking putting a conservatory that looks like a greenhouse across the whole back. But the money, we're really tight with our budget. Also, we couldn't get a mortgage on this property because the sewage treatment tank that comes with it has been condemned. It's obviously been here for many years. So all of these things affected the lending on the property.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a series of reasons why this would be really hard to get a mortgage on, which is probably why it was for sale in auction. And one of them will be the sewage. You need to have services, you need to be structurally sound.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you need to get all these things sorted, don't you?
Yeah.
There's lots of reasons why a property might not be mortgageable, but one of the key ones is it needs to be habitable, and that means it needs to be structurally sound, have a kitchen and bathroom and all its services.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
What a lovely house.
Oh, thank you.
And this is the kitchen. I mean, it is a little bit unmodernised, but it's got such a nice feel to it, doesn't
It's
it?
very homely and cosy.
Yeah, and this was the exact spot. When I come to the house, I thought, I want this house. Michelle, get it for me.
Oh, did you? You said now?
Yeah, I want it. Yeah.
It's really cosy.
Yes.
And what are you planning on doing in it?
Basically, I think we're going to have the kitchen units all around this wall and the cooker where the cooker is now. We're going to have cupboards all the way across this room.
My feeling is that because the rooms are all interconnecting and you go through one to get to the next one, they're not private rooms, they're all sort of part of the same thing. I think you need to get some walls down. And I don't always think that, but I actually think in this situation with this house, you really want all of this space to be going in both directions so that you can see the garden from the whole space.
To open up the cottage, I reckon the kitchen walls would be better coming down between the dining room and snug. And adding glazed double doors to the living and dining rooms would help make the most of the gorgeous garden views.
Why have you given yourself only 2 months to do this? What's the reason?
We want to move out of our house we're in now to get that rented out so we can get money on that so we can actually afford to do the finishing bits in here.
OK, so basically you're going to run out of money on this?
Yes.
That's why you've got only 2 months to get in here. The key to this house is getting your head around the fact that it hasn't got a front garden or a driveway and then a back garden. It's actually got a garden that surrounds the whole house.
The question is, can they reconfigure the layout and stick to their £45,000 budget?
Now we've just got to put our thinking caps on and just, if we can just get all the structural work done and then just wait on everything else, we're happy to do that. But now is the time to make all the mess and destruction that we can afford to do, and then we just do what we need to do to get money to actually get the house finished, yeah.
Coming up, a couple desperate to complete an ambitious renovation.
Yeah, so we only have about 10 or 15 left to finish the house.
So I think it's going to be tight.
£230, £235, £240.
Across the country, more of us than ever are choosing to buy a property at auction and do whatever it takes to transform them into our perfect homes.
That was cool.
In Hampshire, seamstress Michelle and husband Derek have been working every evening and weekend.
If I start doing too much damage, I'll get Derek in, because otherwise I'll get into trouble.
The house is getting a facelift with some new windows to replace the hodgepodge of different styles. Their biggest expense so far is the double-glazed UPVC windows, made of durable, recyclable plastic at a cost of £12,000.
Right, let's go look at the windows. See what the guys have done. Gosh, they're lovely. Really, really lovely. Sarah said if the bars are too big, it looks too modern. If they're too small, it's meh. And she's right, these are spot on. Absolutely spot on. Really, really pleased.
With a big chunk of their £45,000 budget now gone, they'll have to do a lot of heavy lifting themselves. Today, I'm in Somerset, in the small village of Road near Frome. Detached houses around the village sell for an average of £550,000. Half a mile from the village centre is a proper fixer-upper, a former 18th century inn built by a brickmaker using bricks from the local clay pit. And pit is exactly what it was when it was put up for auction. High school sweethearts from Northern Ireland, Archie and Lauren, were brave enough to buy it as their first property for £277,000.
So we were watching the auctions because that's what we wanted to buy at, because we feel like we could get a bit more property and a project which we could add some value to. We were willing to work, and it was a lot of work.
Before the house, I look back and I think, what did I do with myself every evening
So
after I
lazy.
got home from work, honestly?
The house wasn't mortgageable at the start. Basically, a house needs to have effectively a working kitchen and a bathroom.
So Archie is a mortgage advisor,
Yeah.
or financial advisor, so you have knowledge around bridging loans and difficult things like that.
Yeah, really in the deep end. Bridging loan on a...
First-time buyers, bridging loan, huge renovation.
It's good fun.
Bridging loans are short-term finance. The lenders are prepared to take more risk and they charge more money for it. Make absolutely certain if you take one on, you've got a clear exit strategy.
One of the stressful things was the deadline to get the house mortgageable.
Because with a bridging loan, you have a maximum of 12 months if you're going to live in it. And then we're getting closer and closer to the end of our bridge. And, like, are we going to get it done in time? If we don't, like, they'll just repossess the house.
The risk was
They will-
repossession of the house.
They will take it back within the, like, at the end of the 12 months, and everything is for nothing. Like, in the real push for getting the mortgage, I was, like, hammering stuff at, like, 1 in the morning, but, like, trying to do it really quietly, so it's useless.
And also, I just don't enjoy DIY as much as Archie does. And I hated the dirt and the grime and the dust. There's so much dust.
Yeah.
Archie and Lauren managed to remortgage the house and build a beautiful extension which has doubled the size of the kitchen and dining area. But they've already blown their initial £120,000 budget and are camping out in the annex until the main house at least has a working bathroom.
We aren't made of money, so, like, it was all, how can I do this without spending any more money?
Yeah, so we only have about 10 or 15 left to finish the house. So that is the bathroom, the 2 front rooms, finishing the hallway, finishing the pantry, doing that outdoor kitchen that you want.
So I think it's going to be tight.
The couple hope to sell this house for a profit in the next 5 years, so they need to be smart with their remaining budget.
Where you are now, you've built this extension, which is beautiful, to be honest. But it does make the rest of the house look
A bit,
not
a bit,
so good.
Yeah, I know. But for us, it's like we enjoy the sort of sitting outside. We're going to build a patio and everything, and an outdoor kitchen. So for us, we want to look at something
We
quite
want to
nice.
look at something nice.
So it's probably just over here. We'll have like a U-shaped kitchen, so sink, sort of barbecues, pizza oven. I think outdoor spaces do tend to add value to.
Yeah, it's just a question of whether it adds more than
Than what you're
it
spending.
costs, but then you're doing it yourself.
I'm doing it myself, so
that's-
it's literally just material cost.
yeah, I mean, it will also always be in the nicest possible way because it's gorgeous, the house, totally. I'm not saying it's not gorgeous, because it is. But it will always be limited on price because of the road.
Yes.
in
It will be,
reality.
yeah.
Yeah.
It will,
You know.
there will always be a cap to that.
Yeah, and so there's a point at which
You stop spending money.
just stop. Yeah, because it's never going to be a real premium price.
Yes.
So you're going to build a big kitchen there, but you've already built a kitchen
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go and have a look at this. So what's the vision in here? It's a big room.
It is a big
Yes.
room, yeah.
So the idea is to have just a big, bright kitchen dining space, somewhere that's enjoyable to,
Something
to
more
spend
modern
time.
as well. Yeah, so in the corner of the room and the space under the stairs, it's quite a pokey little area, but we're hoping to make that into more of a pantry, larder type of thing.
To be honest, the key to having a really nice kitchen, if you've got the space, is to have a walk-in larder, because that's where you can kind of dump everything.
Yes.
Extensions can add significant value to a property, but there are smaller things you can do that can be real selling points. For example, built-in storage and clever use of lighting can make rooms feel bigger. And a fabulous bathroom can really add value too. So this is going to be the bathroom over here.
Yes, just at the end.
It's quite a good-sized bathroom. I'd kind of go with the fact that it's a dark space and use light and use artificial lights to really create an amazing atmosphere. There's 3 types of lighting as a kind of a bit of a generalised rule, which is ambient lighting, task lighting and accent lighting. You should have wallpaper in here, have it coming up the ceiling, up here, and then really focus with the lights.
It's funny you say that. We are planning to wallpaper the top half.
Oh,
Exactly
brilliant!
what
Are
I
you?
said,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So now we've just got to think about the lighting then.
Yes, and I think it'll look nice with the old beams and everything, because
Yeah.
they'll be on
I
show.
can't wait.
and-
I can't wait to have a bathroom.
Yeah, I bet. So you've got one sitting room over there, and this is the second one, yeah?
Yes, this is
Yeah.
the one where we'll use day to day and we'll have our TV and
We
things.
call the other one the snug.
And what sort of decor are you planning in here?
Colour-wise, we're going for a sage green.
Oh, lovely.
So hopefully not too dark, but dark enough to sort of like lean into that because it's a darker room, isn't it?
Well, it's such an exciting project. I love it.
Yeah.
It's really brilliant. You have got your work cut out, though.
Just a
I think we
bit,
do,
just a
yeah.
Archie and Lauren's plans for an outdoor kitchen will take up a lot of time and effort. As long as they do it well, it will certainly be a selling point, but they could easily spend more than the value it will add.
It was great to see Sarah at this stage in the renovation because we're still basically at the start. You know, we haven't touched the bathroom, so I'm hoping that we can really bring in her ideas to finish off. To do all of that on 10 to 15 grand.
Yeah, but we also need to get the heating working.
And we need the heating working.
Yeah, I don't think you can do another Christmas
I can't do
without
another
heating.
Christmas without heating.
Oh, yay! At 2 o'clock today, in Axminster Guildhall, will be an auction. Be there or be square, and may God save the King.
People have been buying and selling houses at auction for centuries. You might find a bucolic bolt hole or even a small plot with a view and a deck chair. Auction house Simmons and Sampson in Axminster, Devon are known for land, farms and rural properties. On the podium today is Mark Lewis, who cut his teeth at livestock auctions before starting in property.
You've seen cattle auctioneers, you know, when they're going, you know, 200 pound a minute, 200 pound, 200 pound, and 2, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 80, 20, 200 pound, and 80, 80, 20, 80, 30, like that. Or when you're doing the property you'll see today, it's a lot more sedate. And the reason is that when you're selling cattle, you're usually selling to people who've been to auctions every week, so they wink, tweak their ear, tap their nose, and you're picking out how they're bidding. Today, there'll be people who've never been to an auction before. So it's a lot of emotion, and you just got to take it a little bit, well, a lot slower.
Today there are over 100 people in the room, as well as bidders online and on the telephone, with 25 lots to sell. One lot in particular, Corner Cottage, a 5-bed in Lyme Regis on the Dorset coast, is proving very popular. Bidding from home today, Melissa and Mark, who both worked in the fashion industry, are hoping this could be their dream holiday home.
Fell in love with Lyme Regis, went and looked at the house, and
that's it.
Madam said, right, here we go, again.
I'm in it to win it now. We would have a historic house that has historical bones, which we really love, and it's big enough for us to have all the grandkids and stuff come and visit.
You know, the guide price is 165, 185. I personally think it's going to go for, you know,
north of 200.
North of 200. We're sort of around the 210, 220. You know, I think this could go as far as 250.
He likes to always have a budget. I like to blow budgets. So
yeah, let's see.
We'll see what happens.
I welcome you to our property auction today.
Also looking after today's sale is rural partner George Whittaker.
Auction is just introducing the terms of sale and making sure that all of the buyers have done their due diligence, and then there'll be a few bad jokes and we'll be straight into the bidding.
You heard this one before, we hear it again, sir.
Once or twice.
Right, lot 9 is here in Axminster, 118, 120 online, 122.
It's the job of the auctioneer not only to introduce the lots and create a lively atmosphere.
Third and last time, against you all online. Oh, here he comes. 130, 130, 132.
But to decide the bidding increments, which are usually bigger if there's lots of interest and get smaller if the bids slow down.
1, 3, 2. Well done, sir. Congratulations. So we go to lot 18, which is Corner Cottage at Uplyme. Corner Cottage is a good-sized 5-bedroom character property which could benefit from some updating, but couldn't we all?
Corner Cottage just being introduced now. Lots of interest in this one, opposite the local pub. Can't be bad, so we'll see how it goes.
It was formerly the post office.
But now it's your chance to put your stamp on the property. And
once finished, I'm sure it will be first class.
It's 165.
Mark, that's right.
Mark is called by auction representative Meredith Wallace to bid over the phone.
Hello?
Hello.
Guide is 165 to 185. I'm going to start the bidding at 165. 165. Now looking for 170. 170 to Meredith. 175 is the next bid. 175.
The bidding of this lot goes up in increments of £5,000.
180.
180.
Until interest slows.
185.
I've got 185.
And the auctioneer offers to take just £1,000 more.
186.
186. First time then at 186. Second time at 186. Third and last time then at 186. Meredith's bidder. Well done. Congratulations.
Bingo! Brilliant.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
On average, auction sales take less than 2 months from listing to completion, compared to an average of 6 months on the open market. With their £186,000 cash ready, Mark and Melissa have the keys within a month.
Come on in.
Don't you love it? I'm super excited for the project. I can actually walk through this property right now and I can see it finished. Oh, I just love this space. Oh.
It's
Hey,
cozy.
Don't hit your head.
Oh, yeah, no, remember that one.
Still very much a dream house for us. I think we got very lucky.
We're very happy with it.
I'm excited. Yeah. Be a winner.
Yeah, it's good.
And so begins their new adventure. Along the south coast in Hampshire, Michelle and Derek's own country home renovation is well underway. And they've decided to open up the kitchen and snug by adding double doors.
Yeah, Sarah had a great suggestion of opening up this room so that we could see the garden from the house, and it would just be far lighter and a far better space to be in, which we think is a great idea. But to be able to do that, we need to have a double door with a lintel above, and that can only happen if there's footings underneath where I'm just going to dig. And we're going to find out.
The original horseshoe cottage was built in the 1760s. At that time, houses would usually sit directly on soil with no proper foundations. If you want to make structural changes to these older buildings, you'll probably have to dig down and reinforce the foundations, or in extreme cases, add piles to ensure the building is stable.
It's the case of the unknown, how deep we have to actually go to find the bottom of this wall. The best case scenario is we find some really like treasure to be able to pay for the the project. It looks like we may have come to the base of the wall now, and it does look very much as suspected. It looks like we've got the base of the wall coming here, and that's as far as it goes with no footings whatsoever. Actually, this is probably the worst case scenario because this is going to either stop the door being put in full stop, or we've got to spend a lot of money getting the concrete footings put in place by a specialist company, or depending on what the regs guy says. It might just stop the whole project entirely. It's in the hands of the regs guy now. We'll have to wait and get him in.
Coming up, when it comes to property auctions, we'll see if fortune favours the brave.
That's not a little bit of a gamble, that's a massive gamble.
In Somerset, Archie has so far spent £4,000 on the digger hire and patio materials for the outdoor kitchen.
I've been digging the trench line to take my rainwater away, but also to take a water pipe out to the kitchen. But we've got about 7 metres by 7 metres to take down, about 4 or 6 inches, give me a nice clean level to work from, and then we'll have a good area to start laying a patio in.
Gardens are increasingly seen as extensions of the home. Outdoor living spaces like offices, gyms or kitchens can be big selling points.
You can really tell that this was like an old brickyard, because one, it's just clay, and two, there's just tons of broken bricks everywhere, no matter where you dig in this garden. So you're sort of good for the first foot, and then it's a nightmare to dig, but I don't know, just keep working away.
With no budget left for labour, Archie has roped in his brother Patrick to clear brambles and trees.
I'm cancelling David Lloyd's.
You don't need a gym membership anymore?
No.
Meanwhile, their stonemason father, Mark, is working on the fireplace.
We're lifting the hearth, which is where the fire grate would sit in there. What we're going to do is, with the same stone we're putting on the hearth, we're going to clad the fireplace, make it look a bit nicer, nice and smooth, and then put a little mantelpiece on above the fire. Dumping it onto the area that we cleared for the sub-base for the patio. So rather than having to pay to get it removed, it'll just go at the bottom.
As a base layer for a patio, crushed rubble is a great way to help with drainage. Luckily, they've got a lot of material to play with.
This was actually the rear wall of the house.
So normally these would end up in landfill. It's a better way of recycling, and we don't have to have a big grab lorry come in and get it.
On top of the rubble, a layer of material called MOT, named after the old Ministry of Transport, is needed to level it out before laying paving slabs.
So we're using MOT, which is... it's like a sub-base, so it's got lots of different size bits in it, which is useful for what we're using it for, which is to compact down to get a nice sort of level surface to work from. And we're using it to sort of give us a clean working space for the patio. How long it's going to take, I don't know, but the digger getting picked up in the morning, this is actually in the way, so no matter what, we're in for a long night to get it shifted, so I can actually get the digger out to get it picked up, but yeah, I think it's going to be a long one.
I try to avoid fireplaces because you get into this shape when you're doing it. They're always awkward.
Property auctions can be a great way of buying cheap and adding value. This can be by modernising an older property or by perhaps extending and adding a couple of bedrooms. But there are no easy, quick wins, so it's worth doing your research before you buy.
Today, I'm meeting a couple who are hoping they have an eye for spotting how you can still make a profit from property. Married partners Nick and Ant may only be in their mid-20s, but they've already renovated 3 properties together, including their home in South London. Now they want to buy an investment property at auction that they can do up to rent out or sell.
A whole staircase?
After doing the viewings legwork over the past 7 months, they have their eye on a 1-bed flat in Fulham, West London.
Yeah, let's just take this out.
I would knock that out again.
I'm just very curious to see about this up here.
Adding a bit more square footage.
Well, if there's a rooftop, that's like next level, isn't it? Since we have access to the staircase, I think we could do an extension or a balcony here. So see where the window is? I feel that's where you could have the door that can go then onto your balcony.
Overall, really.
Overall, pretty good.
They've sensibly calculated the highest figure they're willing to bid.
So on the left-hand side is what we're gonna bid. We need to stick with our max 330.
330, okay.
And today they're bidding online from the comfort of their kitchen.
It hasn't even started yet, and we're like, I'm sweating. Okay, we're here.
Lot 10, lovely flat overlooking Bishop's Park.
280 straight in on the net.
Oh, back to being the highest bidder. For 2 seconds.
307.5, 310.
Yeah, bet again.
There we go.
310.
Yeah, oh, it's slowing down.
310, Mr. C.
Mr. C. That's me.
Oh, room's out at the moment. Mr. C, yours on the net right now. Once. 320 twice.
Shut up.
Third and final time at 320.
Oh my god! Are you serious? We have a project to do now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well done.
The boys have big ambitions, doubling the value by adding a roof terrace and extension.
Our max bid was 330 and we managed to get it for 320. So we've got £10,000 buffer now. And then if you manage to get your roof terrace and back extension all planned out and we're able to go ahead with that, we could even see the property being worth upwards of 600 to 700. Cheers.
Cheers.
With the keys to their new flat in hand, I'm keen to hear about their plans before they get started.
It's quite a long way up, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But when you get here, I mean, what a view.
I know, I think that's what instantly sold it for us was the park. I mean, it's amazing, yeah.
What's the plan with it?
Gosh, I think we're going to be turning it into the 2-bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
But that being said, if the freeholder, was not happy with that, we couldn't have done that.
And one of the problems with buying a flat is that you have a lease and you don't have normally a share of the freehold.
Yeah.
So whilst you can do a loft conversion or an extension, if the freeholder says you can't, you can't. So,
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's quite a risky thing. So did you approach the freeholder before you bought this?
No, I mean, it is a bit of a gamble, I would say. And
That's not a little bit of a gamble. That's a massive gamble.
Freeholder was turned out to be amazing, and she was like, yeah, whatever you guys want to do, just do.
Yeah, that's so lucky.
I think what we're really good at is taking calculated risk. We did a lot of due diligence.
And extension is what you're thinking. Isn't
Yes, it is.
So what happens at the back here?
Okay, let's go see.
So it's out here that is... See, look at that roof. That is brilliant. So you've got a massive flat roof, much bigger than you need for a roof terrace.
Yes. Yeah.
And I see next door has half extended onto it. So is that your plan?
Our plans is to do a bedroom there with a small balcony.
And what about going up? Because this obviously it's the roof.
Yeah.
We're thinking, actually, we might be able to get another roof terrace up there.
Has there been a precedent? Have any of the houses further down the street already done another story on the top?
But the issue with us is on our side, no one's done it.
Tends to trickle down the street a bit. So that once a few people have got it, then the next few, and then the next few.
Yeah.
And it's quite hard to be right in the middle of a long terrace and just pop a roof extension on and take it up a story. How much do you think it'll cost to turn this into a 2-bedroom flat?
Like pretty much exact figures to do the extension, 60,000 in total.
That's where the premium is to get this 1-bed into a 2-bed. And then weirdly, the 2-bed to 3-bed doesn't have the same significant addition in value again. So as a 2-bedroom flat that will have cost you £60,000 to get there, what do you reckon that you might always get for it then?
Yeah, we've had a look at 2-bed comps in the area, and it's looking towards the 600 mark now.
Exciting. I mean, it's interesting it was sold in auction, because when people sell in auction, they're trying to get rid of it quick. In this situation, I think you did really well.
I honestly think people didn't see the value in this, didn't see the extension potential.
Yeah.
We didn't have the competition, and we weren't emotional buyers this time. Sarah mentioned actually to do the 1-bed into 2-bed extension, there's so much value gain in that. But when you turn it into that 3-bed, actually the value gain is so disproportional. So, maybe we've saved ourselves a project and a lot more stress.
Nick and Ant have really researched their subject and they have experience in it. And above all, they also have taken a risk. But a
considered risk. And yeah, this is a really good buy. Michelle and Derek also took a risk buying an 18th century cottage with poor foundations. But they've received a green light from building regs to create double doors to connect the kitchen and snug.
I don't know, I suppose the brickwork above where we're going to widen the hole so we can show the building guy what we intended to do. And I actually found above that there's a beam that went from one side all the way to the other side, that when he found that out, building regs said that's absolutely fine to carry on cutting the door down and put my double door in. So absolutely perfect. Got my cutting disc, cut the wall through, supported it obviously first, and now this is what we actually got. So now we've got our nice double doors. That's one of our doors into our snug. We got lucky, but the other walls, it is definitely a case of we're going to have to get builders in.
Almost 2 months in, Michelle and Derek were hoping to be living here by now.
Obviously, we want to move in as soon as possible to free up money in our house, but because of suppliers, regulation, building regs man is slowing things down a tiny bit. And also, we've done a lot more work than we anticipated.
Properties bought at auction often need a lot of work. Both Michelle and Derek and Archie and Lauren bought houses that were unmortgageable and in a bad state, and are doing the vast majority of labour themselves to make the numbers work. I'm dying to see what Archie and Lauren have been up to, because I love this project. It's great, because they did buy quite a good buy in auction.
So this is sort of the state of things at the minute. The gazebo thing's pretty much done. It just needs a once over, then we can start laying the paving. Down the little slope. This section is fairly well done.
I love their paving. They've got parquet inside and a kind of repetition of that pattern outside, which is beautiful and clever.
Into the kitchen, which is up. A sort of makeshift island is our outdoor kitchen that I've been building. This room, the fireplace it's about a third done. Probably looks pretty bad, but it should come together quite quickly. Tiling will probably be 3 or 4 days. I haven't done an awful lot of wallpapering, so it may take a little bit longer. But yeah, that's where we are with everything. Probably miles from where we want to be, but I've done a good bit.
They'll get there. I have every confidence because they're really determined. They have loads of skills and they have patience.
Coming up, after months of hard graft, the end is finally in sight.
We are getting there. It's just the most finishing touches.
In Somerset, Archie and Lauren have been working tirelessly to save money on labour costs.
Pudge is very tired because we've had a lot of late nights. But we're nearly there, and then he can catch up on his sleep, and so can we.
Now they're concentrating their efforts on the bathroom with a bold design.
Sarah had mentioned sort of leaning into the sort of darker side of the bathroom. We thought we'll make it a bit more moody. So we went with quite dramatic tiles. I think it'll look really cool. And then when we actually buy the wallpaper and wrap it up to the beams, I think it'll look amazing.
They've chosen porcelain tiles instead of marble, which not only halves the cost, but saves time by not needing to be sealed, as porcelain is a manufactured waterproof material.
How nice is this going to be when it's done?
That joint isn't lined up 100%.
Next job is the lighting.
Or Sarah was talking about the sort of 3 lighting types that you should have. These are kind of ticking 2 of the boxes of ambient and accent lighting because they have quite a soft glow. And then the spotlights will be the task and they're tiltable.
You can turn it on. Yay! I can't wait to see this room done now, especially now that we've got the tiles on. You can sort of see the vision.
I think I'm going to try and get it done within 4 days.
Okay.
Sounds like everyone's in for a few more late nights. In Hampshire, it's all systems go.
We are getting there. It's just the most finishing touches.
Michelle and Derek bought Horseshoe Cottage 5 months ago after falling in love with it on the spot.
We come into this room, and as soon as I stood here, just about, I thought, I love this place, I want it. It was a real wreck of a house, but it just had something about it.
The room destined to be a snug had low ceilings, rotting floors, and poor foundations which potentially scuppered plans for double doors.
It might just stop the whole project entirely.
Luckily, Derek was given the go-ahead. And look what they've created.
We're loving this door. This has just opened up more light. You can
And as Sarah said, you want to be able to see the garden from the kitchen, and that's what this does. We can see straight out through.
He's also vaulted the ceiling, added beams, and put in oak flooring.
Doing this project with Derek, it's been a triumph, really, hasn't it? It really has. Derek's worked his socks off.
The kitchen was dark and in need of an overhaul. Repurposing Michelle's mum's old kitchen units saved money, with new worktops, skirting boards, and a utility space to boot.
Over our 40 years of married life, we've done 4 houses, and I've got to say this is the best kitchen, and by far, that we've done.
Wow.
And they've got plans to further open up the ground floor.
Going forward, taking Sarah's advice, because this is inspirational now, because we've got the light coming through with the double doors and linking the rooms. So I want double doors at the front, double doors at the back, and then another set of double doors coming off the lounge. It's not the cheap route, but I just feel it's the right route.
Originally, the windows were a mismatch of styles. Their biggest cost at £12,000, the exterior is now uniform, or will be once they've refreshed the pink paint. They're now not far from the finish line, all on a tight budget.
Because we've done a lot ourselves, we're still well below that budget. We've probably not even hit 30,000 yet. When we first got this place, we thought 3 to 4 months to get the house done, but we've done a lot more than we initially planned.
Now a deserved moment to celebrate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, Poppet. Cheers. Cheers.
High school sweethearts Archie and Lauren bought an 18th century former inn over a year ago for £277,000 and in a terrible state of disrepair. After blowing their budget on a kitchen extension, they found themselves with only 15 grand to do up the rest of the house.
It does make the rest of the house look
a bit
so good.
Yeah, I know.
They've put their small amount of money into materials and spent every hour not at work on getting it finished, with the aim of adding as much value to the property as possible. The darkness of the living room needed to be embraced with a deep-toned paint. It's now a cosy, cohesive room with a fireplace created by Archie's dad.
I am so chuffed with the colour of the walls that we went with, actually. We went with Sarah's advice, and we've used different sorts of lighting, haven't we? So we've got some on the wall, we've got some on the fireplace, which I think looks lovely. Yeah, it's lovely.
What it looked like when we got the house to now is...
It is such a difference.
An amazing bathroom is a selling point for any house, and that's exactly what they've achieved. All for around £3,000 on materials and fittings and no labour costs.
Leaning into what Sarah said, just sort of lean into the cosy aspect of it, and I think the darker colours, the warmer colours are definitely...
I think it's worked.
Definitely nice, yeah. In most rooms in the house, because we've done the majority of the work, you do have like a sense of pride when you walk in.
You did all the tiling, that is crazy that you did that.
I think it looks really amazing.
It's going to be so good whenever we move our bedroom upstairs, actually, to this space. So I'm really looking forward to moving into this part of the house and out of the annex.
It was the outdoor kitchen that they were most excited about. And one of this scale could easily cost over £40,000 if outsourced. But it's cost them £8,500 for all the materials and machinery, and a month and a half of very hard work.
I ended up like laying most of this patio, sort of not necessarily by torchlight. It's normally evening or 8 or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Then I'd be laying another couple of meters. You kind of go, I can't believe we did that ourselves.
I can't believe we did that, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite amazing.
I never dreamed of having a garden like this. Like, I think you've done a super duper job. It looks amazing.
The question is, have Archie and Lauren added the value they hoped for?
So we bought it at 277. Once the spaces are done, based on what's sold locally, smaller houses, smaller gardens, still on the road, I think would be getting it over 800.
Time will tell when they come to resell. But the real value is that Archie and Lauren get to enjoy their dream space and can use it to pay back all the hard work that their family put in.
Cheers to getting outside space done.
Yay.
I've enjoyed the whole process.
On the whole, it has been enjoyable. We've had fun. This is something to be proud of.
I think we've managed to stretch the budget quite far and come in under what we were expecting. We had 15,000 sort of left to spend on the property. I think we figured out we're at about 12-ish, just over 12. Yeah. However, the rest of that budget will probably go when we install a heating system.
It's going to go on a holiday.
Is it? Okay.
I need to get away from the house.
So we'll get a wood burner in.
Yeah.
Forget about the heating. And just okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Next time, a derelict Victorian house by the sea.
If you're a dreamer, you can see past all the money you've got to spend.
And a first-time renovator takes on a Somerset townhouse. I'll meet more buyers risking it all to make their auction dreams come true.